All right, guys, it's that time again. I'm about to answer every single question you've asked me. I'm literally just gonna read off your questions one by one and give you an honest and quick answer. I haven't even looked at all of them yet. Before we get into all that, what am I thinking? Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my personal channel. It's your girl Ty. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications for a shout out in my blog, and follow your girl on the gram at @TyOneOnSports. All right guys, I do this every now and then. I post a video asking you to drop all of your questions in the comments. So now I'm going to that video, and I have not gone through all of these. I am just going to read the questions out loud and answer immediately in no particular order. Okay, let's get into it. How many fights do you think there are gonna be in the MLB this year? I think there are gonna be a lot of fights this year, and here's why. It's a huge part of saving the sport. Oh, I'm sorry, we all think it. Baseball, okay, actually MLB David, who asked me this, you're gonna hate me for saying this. Baseball got really boring, and I think right now they're on Save the MLB tour, so we're gonna see more fights. We're gonna see more, I think, like hero and victim and villain and all those storylines. Every league has them. The NFL has them. The NBA has them. And I think part of the problem with Major League Baseball is that you don't have as many storylines following the players. And I know that sounds weird to say, but it's true. Like for instance, in basketball, we all, well, I always loved Kobe, but everyone loved to hate Kobe because he was a very open and known villain. And baseball needs more of those. You're starting to see that more. That's part of the reason it's becoming more fun to watch. So yes, I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more fights because they need it. And you udle like the Walmart yodeler. Obviously. Hey Ty, here's my question. Which matchup of the NBA playoffs are you looking forward to watch the most? Well, now that I'm answering this question halfway into playoffs, I'm really enjoying watching the Cavs playing. Did I say the Cavs? I'm really enjoying watching LeBron playing just because, damn. I mean, you can't not give this guy his credit. And one of the things, okay, why I fell in love with basketball to begin with was because of Kobe Bryant, which is why I defend him to the death. But I love athletes that go over and beyond. It inspires me, it does something to my soul, and LeBron is doing that right now, so it's a lot of fun to watch him. I'll tell you what, and it actually pains me to say this, if the Cavs win the title this year, and yes, I know that's a stretch, but that's exactly why I'm saying this. If the Cavs win the title this year, LeBron James is the greatest to ever play basketball, hands down. Okay, I can't, no, he's tied with Kobe. Celebrity Smash or Pass video. Sure, yeah, we could do that. I just filmed a Smash or Pass video playoffs edition, so it's on the channel, make sure you check that out. Are you single? Yes, very single. Okay, a lot of this is just like comments, and I love all of you too. You could be a guy for a day. What would you want to experience, and what wouldn't you want to experience? What would I want to experience as a man? You know, I would want to see if in this day and age, men are still treated differently than women in the sense of more money, more respect. Obviously, me being a woman in the sports industry, I've had to earn the respect that I have. And I wonder if I were a guy, if it would have been easier. Actually, I know for a freaking fact it would be, because as soon as I start talking about sports, or as soon as I go into a meeting or whatever, everyone automatically assumes that because I have a vagine, I don't know anything about sports. But little do they know that I was raised with 4 brothers and a dad, and I grew up in a household dominated by sports. I played basketball. Bitch, I know sports. Stop judging me. So I'd want to see like how big of a difference that pay gap that still exists, and just like the respect level. What I wouldn't want to experience is being a guy who trying to get into a club or trying to get something for free. Because as a woman, those are things that we do get, and they're great perks. Like walking straight into a club, no lines, I'm going in. Or, are you sure you want to charge me for that? Just kidding. Okay, what's your biggest temptation? watch my mouth. I think that's something that is really hard for me and something that I really struggle with. So, by the way, yes, I did just poke my eye out with these claws and was gonna play it off, but no, that hurt. Anyway, so my biggest temptation is to just go off on people and say what I think or say what I've noticed or say what I've seen. As you guys know, I'm a little bit of a loudmouth, and I just come from an honest place. I really do hate this whole thing where it's like, oh, that's not like polite to say, or I mean, I get about being polite, but that's not like acceptable to say. Like, why can't I just say what I'm thinking? Why can't I say what we're all thinking? There are these like silent rules about, well, you can't say that because that's not acceptable. I hate it. So my biggest temptation is sometimes just saying it anyway, but I hate that. My whole life I've struggled with this where people will try and tell me to water it down or tone this down or tone this down. It's just me. It's just me. See, this is a hot topic for me, as you can tell. But like, yeah, that's something I struggle with, is people telling me to tone this down or tone that down. They're telling me to tone myself down, and then I won't be myself. So what, that's another thing. Most of you, if you're on my channel, you get me, you frick with me, and I love you for it. But sometimes people are like, Ty, you're too hyper, or Ty, you're doing too much, or you're trying too hard. No, bitch, I'm just being me. I'm naturally extra. This is how I am. You wanna talk to in fact, I've calmed down in my old age, ripe old age of 27, okay? You wanna go talk to my brothers about how I was growing up? I was a nightmare, a terrorist, to be exact. So, trust me, this is the mild version. So if you try and make me more mild, I just can't handle it. So that's the long answer to your question. What's your biggest fear? What is my biggest fear? I'm scared of speaking, because you like don't want these things to come true. Well, I have a fear that I encounter almost daily. I don't like being in elevators at all. I hate it because it's like, it is so, the chances of that thing just stopping mid-flight are very high. It happens all the time. And to be trapped in a small enclosed space and not be able to get a hold of anyone, it's my biggest fear. But luckily, I would pass out quickly from the heart attack and stroke that I suffered at the same time. Hey Ty, my question is, how important is sex to you in a relationship? A group of us had an argument about it the other day, and I'm curious to hear your take. Oh man, another long-winded one. In a relationship, very important. Very, very important. Very important. Very, very important. Very important. Very, very important. It's up there, I'm sorry. You know what, no. I'm just gonna be myself and be honest. It's up there with how important is communication in a relationship. Very important. How important is being honest in a relationship? Very important. How important is sex in a relationship? Equally important as all those things. That's my opinion. So if you date me, I'm just kidding. Do you think Tristan Thompson is a good-for-nothing scumbag? No, let me explain. I think he's a dummy. I think he made a really naive and immature mistake, but relationships like this, especially when you're dealing with an athlete, we as the public don't know the whole truth. Open relationships and even unspoken open relationships are a lot more common than what people are gonna tell you. So I don't know what his arrangement with Chloe was, and maybe they didn't have one, but I can tell you that I think it's safe to say 80% of the relationships within the NBA and other leagues, the women know what the man is doing when he's on the road. They know. And it's more of an agreement of don't bring it home, don't get attached, and do not embarrass me by letting people find out. I'm not saying all of them have this unspoken agreement and in many cases spoken agreement, but majority of them do. If you're the type of person that's chill with an open relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. Good for you. And I will say, a lot of these athletes, they do have higher doses of testosterone. And to be honest, I think there could be scientific reasons that they do need to have sex more. It's possible. I'm not saying that I'm interested in all that. I'm just saying, like, just be honest about it, you know? And if you have an agreement not to get caught, don't freaking get caught. So here's my problem with Tristan. You're dating a woman who belongs to arguably the most famous family in the world. Okay, yeah, guess what? People are gonna be digging up the security tape at the clubs you're at. So you got really sloppy and you got caught, so you effed up bad. But is he a scumbag? I don't know what agreement they had. Now, if they didn't have an agreement and she's all pregnant and he's still on the creep and messing around, which, to be honest, it kind of seems by her reaction, Kardashian's reactions, they probably didn't have that agreement. I think he's just kind of young and dumb, to be honest. Not excusing it. And Chloe, if you didn't have that agreement with him, you've dated 3 basketball players now, and all 3 of them have cheated on you. I'm just saying, like, you gotta kind of understand the type of men, and I'm not saying they're bad men, remember that. But you have to understand, after having experienced this a few times now, that this is very likely. So have that talk with your man. I'm sorry, if you're dating an NBA player, yeah, you gotta know that's possible. So talk to them about it now and just make it an open relationship so they don't have to lie to you. Who do you think is going to win the championship in the NBA? Either Warriors or Cavs. I think we're gonna see another Warriors-Cavs matchup. I mean, it's annoying, but I think it will still be entertaining. Have you ever kicked a guy in the nuts, and do you like kicking guys in the nuts? I grew up with brothers. How do you think I got out of things? Number 2, you guys have seen me play one-on-one with athletes. I'm 5'4", I'm little, I'm petite, and when I'm playing against someone who's 6'7" and 250 pounds, what am I supposed to do? So yes, I have. By the way, I've seen your emails and other comments asking me to kick you in the nuts. For legal reasons, I can't do that. Thank you. If you were at 100 overall, which you already are, and every team offered you a contract right now, who would you choose? And you cannot choose the Lakers? Wow. First of all, how are you gonna play me out like that and say I can't choose the Lakers? I choose the Lakers. I want to make that very clear. I choose them anyway. I do what I want, but if, like, gun to my head, I can't choose them, I mean, it would go to wherever I'd wanna live. I certainly don't wanna live in Cleveland. I guess the Warriors, you know, just because they're probably gonna be top dogs in the West for a few more years, so. When I say a few, I mean like 2 more years. That's how long it will take for us, the Lakers, to really get back on top. If you could play a game with Kobe against 2 other basketball players, who would you want to play against? Michael Jordan and either Russell Westbrook or LeBron James. Let me explain. Probably LeBron James. First of all, because I want to play with greatness. And second of all, just like, there's something about that Mamba mentality, okay? Mamba mentality, we all know that that comes from Kobe, but Michael Jordan had it too. I don't know why people don't talk about how nasty MJ was. He was mean too. Everyone talks about how Kobe terrorized his teammates. Yeah, but so did Michael Jordan. So just to have that vicious nastiness on the court in one game, I'd love to experience that. If you guys haven't realized, I have that Mamba mentality nastiness as well. You can kick me in the balls and I won't sue you. Guys, we're not doing Ty kicks people in the balls, okay? Not right now, at least, until I could find out a way where it's legal and I won't get sued. All right, do you think the Spurs can get through the Warriors without Steph? Surely there are some chances. Well, as we saw, no, there weren't. I know you've traveled all over the world, so my question is, what states have you been to in the US and what countries other than France have you been to? What was your favorite? By the way, El Dilo, love you too. Okay, well, I'm trying to think, what states have I not been to? There are like several Midwest states I haven't been to. But other than that, I've pretty much been everywhere in the US. And then what countries have I been to? It's a long list too. Mexico, Peru, England, Germany, Africa, Italy. I've pretty much been like all throughout Europe. And then islands I've been to the Bahamas, Hawaii, but that's the US. So my plan and goal is to step foot on every continent before I croak. My favorite place in the world, as of now, I haven't been everywhere yet, but as of now it's Saint-Tropez. I know, I'm a bougie bitch, but listen, Saint-Tropez, there's just something about even the air there. You breathe it in and it's like, life is good. Who are you going for in the playoffs? I enjoy watching, I love the competition, I love the physicality, I love the drama, but I don't go for anyone other than the Lakers. You do not have my support, I'm sorry. I bleed purple and gold, and if that's not you, bye. To all of them, I could care, they could all just like lose. And in fact, I'd prefer that. Would I mind if someone poked my belly button? Yeah, I would, especially if I don't know you. Ty, will you marry me? Aw, that's sweet, Ivan, but you know, do I wanna get married? No, I think I do. What color is your underwear and show proof, please? Okay. Have you ever been in a fight? Not really. Not really. I've had experiences where there's like a push, like back up. I almost got into like a real fight once. This biatch, okay, was like texting me all this crazy stuff. She told people that she was going to fight. By the way, guys, this was in high school, okay? I don't have time for all that drama for your mama these days, but in high school, this biatch was texting me all this crazy stuff. She told a bunch of people she was gonna jump me. If you're feeling froggy, then leave. I'm not gonna just like let someone jump me. First of all, she didn't tell me that. She told someone else that, multiple people that. So I text her and I was like, bitch, where's the fight taking place? And I gave her an address. I was like, meet me here at 5 o'clock. You wanna fight? Fight. She had like her aunt text me and tell me to stop and like all this stuff. And I was like, no, you need to check your niece. You better get your niece because she's the one saying that she wanted to fight me. I didn't do it, but I had this ex-boyfriend who totally lied to me, hanging out with other girls secretly behind my back. He like made up this whole elaborate story about how he was like at this car dealership buying a car, and I had this friend at the time who's crazy as hell, okay? She is like stalker crazy. And she was like, I bet you he's lying. She calls the dealership. She's like, hi, can you page my friend? They page him. No, he's not here. So I was like, but then she told me and I was like, okay, cool, he is lying. So I went to his apartment. I was waiting for him to like come back, and I was serious. I was gonna Tasmanian devil his ass. I didn't, cause like, I came to my senses. I actually don't respect that. Like ladies, we can't just be popping off on dudes and hitting them and expect them not to defend themselves. Because it's like, let's say I had punched his ass. If he hit me back and I call the cops, he would be in more trouble than me, you know? And I do think that's a really unfair double standard. And by the way, I didn't hit him. I just left. Oh, I did dump him though, so. You do not wanna mess around on me. Why did you start YouTube? What did you dislike about LeBron? I started YouTube because I wanted to be a journalist, and I had been a journalist in the normal sense of the word, but again, I wasn't allowed to be myself on camera. And like I said earlier, I have a need to be myself. I don't like being watered down. On YouTube, you can be yourself. On national television at the time, as a reporter, you couldn't. Now you can, because networks started realizing, oh, our ratings are going down, because the new generation, the new audience, we like authenticity to begin with. We don't like the prim and proper, okay, so tonight on your news report, meh. So that's why I started YouTube, just like talking my stuff about sports and having fun, and then the fumble found me, and then I built my own branding career, and yeah. What do I dislike about LeBron? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, LeBron, on the real. I respect you. I'm a bronsexual these days. Come to LA. Okay, when did you want to become an entertainer, and has sports always been your favorite to talk about? And I was kind of wondering why you're not on the Fumble anymore. You know, I think naturally I've always been an entertainer. Ask my family. Like, I've always been the one loud, running around, the one who's gonna tell a story, and I'm the one who's gonna talk. Ever since I was a little girl, my dad would make these home videos. He would always record us on our trips and our family time and all of that. So I've had a camera in my face since I was a kid. And now I'm just like, that's normal. I like having a camera in my face. So I've always liked just being entertaining, I guess. And then, has sports always been your favorite to talk about? Yes. I tried doing the hard news thing and I wanted to die. Like, I couldn't do it. I love sports. I have fun with sports. Even now, I get opportunities to host things that have nothing to do with sports, and on it, I can't even do it. I'm like loyal to sports. And the reason why, I'm not saying I won't ever do anything other than sports. I'll do what is fun for me. And sports is it. Like, I have so much fun talking sports. I have so much joy with this. I'm not gonna stop until I stop having fun, legit. Why am I not on the Fumble anymore? What are you talking about? I am, ha. But I know you wrote this before I went back. But yes, if you haven't heard the news, I'm back on the Fumble. Have you ever done any modeling? Yes. Have you ever thought about being in porn, asking for a friend? No. That's it for this round of Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed with post notification shout outs on. And wait, what else was I gonna tell you? Oh yeah, I love you. Much love, fam. Peace. Here, let's. Mwah.